And when was the first time that you noticed this approach of having those clear-cut goals and having this direction, maybe even holding yourself hostage to exactly the thing that you need to do, didn't work,
definitely. And
didn't 100% work out anymore? When was that? Like the first doubt in that approach, let's say.
I think I realized that something's off for years and years and years. I started to on this personal growth route when I was in my early 20s. But I think really realizing that I want to change this and I need to change it was only maybe 2-3 years ago, something like that, 4 years ago. Because there's also great satisfaction in reaching your goals. And that's why I said before, unfortunately, this approach works to some extent because I always reached what I wanted. It's not that I didn't have my successes. It's more like, okay, then I got it. And what's next? There was no pause. There was no appreciation. There was no appreciation, I think. And I still don't really know what to make of this because there are a lot of people. I can't remember where I heard it, but it was one of the big podcasts where one of the guests said, you need to start your day aggressively and attack. And it's like, Jesus Christ. All right, maybe it works for you, but it certainly did not work for me.
Maybe you were not aggressive enough.
Yes, that's probably it. I have to torture myself some more because then I'm gonna get what I want. That's
exactly.
For sure. Yes, yeah. So I really don't know, and also, I mean, it's also in my business. It's a really weird situation I am in right now because it feels this approach feels so odd. Can I really go into my office in the morning and not have a plan and just see what's gonna happen? It's like, no. Well, maybe. I don't know. It seems so counterintuitive, and also a lot of successful people probably would slap you in the face and be like, dude, what's wrong with you? Get a plan. You have to, do stuff and be proactive. And so it's, I don't know. It's an interesting topic.
Yeah, let's dive a little bit into that because there's this, when you now talk about it, I think it's so, I understand because we had so many conversations, but if you would had to tell me as if I didn't know, what do you mean by that approach of, can I just go into the office and see what happens? Like that sounds so, like of course, if you work, you have to have some to-dos. You have to have a direction where you go. Because otherwise, why do you have a business? And maybe also quickly, what business do you have?
I have an online marketing agency. So we do ads for our customers, basically. And they book us, of course, to get them more revenue. Yeah, that's basically it.
There you go, clear goals. But
yes,
how can you just go into the office and say, okay, I'll just see what happens? Aren't you
don't know.
Just doing like random stuff that are not productive and not useful?
No, yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's totally was my assumption, but it's not because I think there are two levels to it. I think everyone has very clear goals to some extent because I do get up in the morning. It's not that I just lay there and be like, oh, whatever happens. I notice myself, this body is doing stuff all the time. So obviously there is a very clear motivation behind that. But I think my own motivation is not really that clear to me myself. And then I can start to overlay that with ego goals. I need to have twice as much revenue next year as I had this year, But I think that it's very worthwhile, I think, to really notice where that motivation comes from. And I think when I say, go to the office and see what happens, I think I try to strip away those ego goals, these things I think I have to achieve to be happy or to be successful or to get to a certain place where I need to be because that place is certainly better than where I am right now. So that's all this mind illusion going on there, which I think is I try to strip away when I say just go to the office and see what happens. And then things happen, I get a call or I answer an email in a very good way, which I would not have been able to do if I had forced myself into this and be like, yeah, or I see these emails right now, I have to answer them, and I have to do it now because if I don't do them now, nothing gets done. Like, no, that's not true. That's not true.